We're going to go short on...
Good morning
and welcome to 25X Trading.
Today
we're going to go over really quick our idea about just making one trade, two trades, whatever. But our goal yesterday was we made about $140, give or take. I actually didn't write down the exact number, but you can go to the video and take a look at it. And right now we're on our pace. We have about $500 profit since we started our small account challenge, which is cumulative about 16-17%, something like that. So we're up about 17%. And today our goal is, our target profit is going to be roughly $63. That's what we're looking for. Our true profit be about $70 since our account is about 3,500. But this is the estimated starting. If we were just doing the 2% a day, we should be at about 3183. So right now we're ahead of the game. We have a differential of about 325 from yesterday. If we did nothing today, our differential is 261. So that's where we're sitting at right now. And we have approximately
47.
a minute and a half to go. So if you look at 25X Trading, you can go to the website and play around with it and get an idea that it'll show you about no PDT restrictions. So you basically do not need $25,000 a minimum to avoid the PDT restrictions, which means pattern day trader limitations. Click on it, you'll learn more about it. How does it restrict trades, etc., etc. I know there's more legislation coming out in terms of, is that going to go down or what? I don't know yet. There are things they're starting to say. We have our Market Daily Insights, which I have put nothing into it. We talk about the platform that we have, so this way you can get an idea that it has customizable hotkeys, advanced charting, level 2 data,
right now, which is
direct ECN access, and that's a huge difference when you have direct ECN access. Okay, so that's what we're looking at right now. And with direct ECN access, you don't pay for order flow. That's the one thing that you have to remember, is there is no pay for order flow. So that's a couple things. We have 15 seconds right now. Today is 11:20. Thursday,
we definitely have a
November
short
20th.
bias today.
6 seconds to go, and let's see what we're going to do. So let's just make sure we're all set, and the bell should be ringing right this second. And there we go. So we are off, and right now everything is looking pretty tasty right now. Palantir is just shot up through the moon. Everything is shooting up, actually. So, do we want to get involved with it right away? I don't know about that. Usually you get a little bit of a dip buy. Amazon is, today is definitely where we're searching for dip buys, no doubt about it. Okay, so let's look at Amazon. Amazon is trying to tread down. There we go. Let's see what Amazon's doing right now. All right, Apple steaming along right now. Absolutely steaming along.
We'll make our day.
So we're going to put a little buy into Amazon right this second. Again, our target is between $60 and $70. If we get that, we're gone like yesterday's news. So that's what we're looking to do. Apple really just making a huge move right now. So we might want to short that one in the beginning and see what happens. Go in there small, 20 shares. Let's see. Google, we're looking for a dip buy on Google as well, because like I said, everything should be, all tides should be rising today. All right, we just put into another buy order into Palantir and a buy order into Amazon.
All right, we're at $66.
Amazon
So we
should be the
did make
winner
our
for today.
day, but I'm not going to say I was happy about that because we messed it up hugely.
Palantir.
I set it up the wrong
I
way,
truly believe
and
we're
that was my
definitely
mistake. I'm not gonna lie.
early on
Definitely my
Palantir right
mistake.
now,
But
but let's see what
we made our
happens.
2% today.
Go with Amazon.
That's my dog in the background. Come here.
We're at about 100 shares for Amazon. All right, 200 shares in Amazon right now.
Yeah, they're idiots. They're absolute idiots, these two.
Let's see what happens. Amazon's starting to chug along. Let's see. Like I said, rising tides will definitely go.
So yes, I do like to work at home. Which
All right,
is
we got
not a good thing
240
always when you
shares.
have dogs.
Let's see how that works out. Alright, we're trading at it. There we go. Come on. Come on.
It's a little bit of bounce right there. Let's see what AMD's doing.
Alright, we're almost at our day's goal. There we go. Christmas season's coming up, so there we go. There we go. It's starting to take off. Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right. We just got 2 times our goal today, and we're going to be cashing out in a second. All right, we just cashed out Amazon for 200 of the shares, and we've got $40 40 shares still outstanding. So let's see if we can get a little bit more out of that. If it makes a little bit of a run, we don't want to cash out everything, but we've got our goal for the day, and Palantir's starting to chug up a little bit. And like I said, I got into
So we're
Palantir
just
at the
overrun
wrong
right
time.
now.
I'll be openly honest about it, but let's see what happens. So we're hoping Amazon keeps steaming along. If it doesn't, we're going to close it out, and we'll have 1 times goal, 2 times goal almost. There we go. And there goes Palantir, steaming along, and we're going to sell that out. We got 370 out of it. Not our biggest win, but hey, it's a win. And you know what? We're out. We're out at $109. Our goal was 70, roughly.
Basically right now.
So we made about a $1.10.
Yeah.
And let's see if there's anything
It's
else
not always
out there.
pretty, but that's what we want to do. We actually made more than 2 times. We made almost 5 times our goal at 143.17. Remember what we said? Our goal this morning
Seen anything too
was roughly 2%, which comes out to 61.20.
tanked down a little
Now,
bit? So we're
it
just going to sit
doesn't
on our
seem like
hands
a
right
lot.
now.
Don't get me wrong. But
6
again,
minutes.
Our stop
We're
loss
done
is
trading.
306.
Made about
So
$100.
If we're losing 10%,
109.
you know what I'm saying?
Which
we're
our
not
goal
doing our
was
job.
2%.
But the beauty of what
That's-
leverage
that's what
does
we're trying to do
is
every
it takes
day.
that 3,000.
So today our
gives you
goal was about
80,000,
$70,
which is
give or
roughly
take. You know what
17,000
I'm saying?
change.
So we made 109.
With 79,000,
And as long as we keep doing that, then tomorrow our goal will be a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better.
And 400 shares
And
of Palantir,
as long as we keep
you know,
doing the
you
2%
wanna
rule.
be right.
And
No
that's
two
where ways
we
we
around
come
it.
into
If you're
saying
wrong,
how leverage
you're
is
gonna
the
get stuffed
most
out, no doubt
important
about it.
thing
But
when it
the
comes to
consensus
it.
here
Now,
is that
we didn't
we're
try to
definitely
get greedy.
feeling,
We
to
got
the
in
short
there
side
and we got
when it comes
out.
to
You know,
Palantir.
I don't
But it's
need
still
to make
chugging up.
$1 on every
But
stock
what it
trade
allows
that
us to do
I'm trying for.
is basically
you know?
take that
So
small
what I'm
snip
trying to do basically
basically, you
is
have the
just to go in there,
overexuberance on one
make a few
shot,
dollars, and
it
then
comes
leave.
back down.
Simple as that.
Now,
Another one
take
that's
a look
I'm
at
looking
this
at
really
right this
quick.
second.
So
and
you can
the,
see
the,
volunteers up here at
spread isn't too
170.
big right
So
now.
let's just say we
and
wanted to
it's
take
dipped
another
down.
stab
It's
in the
Big
dark.
Bear AI.
We lower
It's at
our share
614.
size down to 10 shares.
The high was
And we say, yeah,
624.
we still
So I
want to go
something
on
at
the
the Big
short
Bear
side of this trade.
AI.
No two ways around it.
I'm not.
So I'm going to say, okay,
there's no
I'm looking
point
at
to
a
it.
red candle.
If
coming
I,
up soon.
play 20
it's all
shares,
topping
it's
tails.
not a big deal.
So
But it's
is
not
a
doing
given
enough
right
for
there.
me.
It's
There's
all
not enough
topping
spread.
tails.
And that's what we're looking
right
for.
now.
We're looking
And
for
let's see
a
what
spread
happens.
on something where from the high to the low,
It's, like I said, we've
huge
made our goal.
deviation.
I'm not here to ruin our
we're
day.
firm
It's
believers, or
9:40,
I'm a
10
firm
minutes.
believer
We just
that
made
everything
$142.
generates back to
So
the median.
over trading is beyond
that there's always a
stupid.
reversion
So,
back to
but this is
sanity.
real cash.
And what I mean by that is,
As opposed to
you have a
if
stock
you're
with
dealing
overexuberance,
with a
will
prop
come back
firm,
down.
guess
You
what?
have a
You're
stock
playing a
with
video game.
you know,
in that video
devastating
game,
news,
you're
quote
looking at
unquote,
something and
will
saying, "Oh, yeah,
you'll
I'm making
eventually
money."
have
You're
people who buy
You're
it
not
back
making
up.
money
So
on the lease.
that's one
So
thing. No matter what,
we're gonna take
you
one
know,
more step
it
in the
always
dark.
happens.
See if we can push
In
this
my
a little
opinion,
bit more
you know,
and
so
just make a
we're
few
not
dollars
here
and we're
to
talented
guess
here.
which way.
If
Obviously,
not,
you
I
have to
don't
look
care.
at,
You know what I'm saying? At this point,
what is the
I'm putting
scenario?
10 shares
And,
up there.
Big
If
Bear
I make
AI,
$10, great. If I
see,
lose
this is why
$10,
we didn't get into Big Bear AI.
that's fine with me.
The
That's
thought
what
was
we're
that,
looking
yeah,
at.
it was definitely hitting into our
So
point
right now,
where we would
there-
like to,
there you go.
but
It seems
the
to be
spread
tumbling
between the
down.
low and the
So
bottom
we're at about
and the
$5.
top was only about 10
Doesn't
cents.
sound like a lot.
So,
we're talking
you know, it did shoot
percentages,
back up to
and
619,
eventually, 100
but that's a
days from
nickel.
now, we're gonna
That's
look
an
at
absolute
this and go,
nickel.
"Oh my God,
You have to
instead
play
of 5,
such
it's
volume
500."
on that to
That's what we
capitalize
wanna
on a
look at.
nickel that
So
it's
we hit it
ridiculous.
right on the head.
So that's
now we're
where,
at $10.
you know, it's a
There we
little
go.
stupid in my
11.
opinion. So
It's
right
hitting
now,
it.
we're
Right now,
playing
just
it
touched on
cool,
VWAP.
and we're on our small account journey
see if it
here
crashes
to
through
turn
or
$3
starts to
grand
bounce.
into $130,000.
This is what we were
And if you
expecting
could
the
do
whole
that in your life,
That the
you know,
consensus
take
was that
that
it
$3
was
grand
down.
and turn it into
But,
130,
again,
and then
usually when it
start
hits
next
VWAP,
year
you're gonna have
with
a little retracement
130,000 in your
there.
account
So we're
and make
up
2% a
14.
day. Guess what?
We
That's
actually
when
gave away a
you're
lot
in
of
the
money
game.
today.
That's when
It
you
was really,
basically
you know,
learn how to
that one
trade
trade really cost me a
and
lot of
taking
money.
the
I wasn't paying
cuts
attention.
and the pain,
had the
and then
dog
now
on my
you
lap,
know about
which was dumb.
discipline. So
But
let's
I
take a
didn't
look
want
at
it to
this.
work.
Because there's nothing to trade that I want to trade right this second, okay? So today we're going to do about $100, let's just say.
Nothing
all right?
goes straight down.
It was a little bit more than that, but let's just say 100, okay?
But
So
this is turning
the
into an
profit
excellent
today
trade right
was roughly 3%,
We got 20
give or
bucks
take,
off
you know,
10
based
shares.
off of that.
We just got
So,
$2.
it was
$2
and
off this
when we
trade.
say actual profit
That's
potential,
incredible.
we're going off the estimated starting capital. Okay,
Now people
so
go, well,
it's
you know,
taking
you
the
got
actual
$2.
and then
What
basically
if you
saying
put
here's
100
the
shares?
estimated
Yeah,
starting
what if?
capital.
So what if it
So
went the wrong way?
based off of that 3,500, we're actually a little less than 3%. But we did what we had to do. If something pops up, yeah, we can make more money off of it, and maybe we will make more money off of it.
That was a
But
$20
if you
trade
can
off
do
of a
2% a day,
share trade.
and you're
Look
doing
at
that
Look
for
at that nosedive right
200
there.
days straight.
$2. That was $2.
This is where it starts to
instantaneously.
get
What a trade. That
really
was beautiful.
crazy. That
And
you start
now,
after
let's
about
say,
100
let's take a look
days.
at AMD.
Okay, you're gonna have about
And-
$19,000-$20,000 in your account.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't seem like a lot,
That thing
but
is
now that
cratered.
2% starts to turn
Holy
into about
cow,
$400
that was a
a
trade.
day.
That was
That
a
starts to
trade.
turn into
Oh my
about a
God.
$200,000 a year
Look at
job.
Tesla.
Okay,
And you caught the
no,
high
$100,000 a year
on there,
job.
407.
That's stupid of mine. So
Now it's
that's
$7
what you
in
want to
money.
look at.
That's
where you
incredible.
want to be.
So everything
And
is
then
tanking.
If you wait
We made
another
our money.
100 days
There's
and
no
do it
sense to get
correctly,
greedy right now.
look what you're making daily off of
Do I think AMD's going to do a little
$139,000.
dead cat bounce?
2%.
Yeah, of course I do.
And you can go and say,
that's,
you know what, I want to drop it to
given
1%. I
when
want to even have
something's
less
shut
risk
down
than
there
that.
in
Now you start to
no
be
man's
at
land for $5.
$2,700
You
a
gotta
day.
hope.
I mean, listen, that's more money than
Let's do some
99% of the people in this world make, okay? And that's, that's something that'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
Truthfully,
green
if I,
candle,
if
Nothing's
most
showing a
people
green
can get
candle
into
right
this
now.
range at $600 a day.
Again, this is
all you need
about
is
not
$30,000
over-trading
if you
and
play
overstaying
it
your
right
welcome.
at 2% a day. That's all
Wow.
you need.
Look at that.
Okay,
That is
so
some
that's what we
Anybody
try to
went
look
short
at.
on
Is that,
AMD? Wow.
this is where it's at,
Unbelievable
and this
trade.
is where you should
So,
want to be.
You asked me,
So
like,
right
you
now,
know,
I'm gonna look look
had a
at
few friends of
Apple.
mine
I
that
just
asked me,
shorted
you know,
Apple
what do I
20
know with the
shares.
trade?
So
What do I
let's see
feel
what
of the trade?
happens.
And I tell them, you know, I like to stay with what I know That's the truth of the matter. I like to go in there and say, okay, fine. So I just bought some AMD really quick, just to get a few dollars off of it. Nothing. You got to have expectations of what you're going to make, as opposed to what you're going to lose. Okay. So AMD just freaking cratered. Okay. So we just made a quick $6-7
You know
bucks
what?
off of
Instead,
it.
we're going to go back into Palantir.
Let's see if this thing could do a little dead cat bounce here. Tesla just did a monster dead cat bounce. Look at that. Alright, we almost have $1 out of this. Come on.
Anyway,
We got 80 cents out of
we're
this.
probably going to
already.
do a little bit more in Palantir because AI is getting a little beat up. So let's take 10 more shares. Nothing great. It's just it's dying. It's making a little bit of a dying.
Well, hit
quail
$1
there.
for a
So
second.
we'll see
We
what
didn't get
happens.
I didn't put it in.
An Apple, we're going to short. We just shorted 40 shares in Apple to make some of that money back. And let's see what happens.
I just hit it for another 10 shares. Let's see if this thing starts to take off a little bit. Now we're down $1. Hopefully this thing can turn around. It's starting to late. So now we're down to roughly about $1 on this. Okay, so that's why you got to watch how many shares you're taking and be smart about it. Okay, so right now we're down about $1, $1.50 on this. So let's see what happens. I still think it's going to turn around. We had the dollar on it. We got a little greedy right there. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so let's see what we do.
All right, we're into 280 shares in Palantir, and we're into 40 shares short on
We just popped it up to 40 shares.
So let's see what happens.
Let's see if this bounces up there. So we're in it for 230.95. Stock's trading at 230.20.
It should be breaking back into VWAP in a second. Once it does that, we should be fine.
All right, we're into 100 shares.
There we go. Come on.
And we're going to get out of this as soon as we can. There we go. Come on, we're positive for a second. Come on, come on. There we go. We're up about $25. If this can turn around, we'll get $100 out of this. If it doesn't, we'll take a small loss. There we go. There we go. We got that little cat bounce going. $50 up. 60, 70. All right. We almost have 75 cents, 60 cents.
All right, we're just holding on right now.
It's a dollar.
Like I said, we're waiting for Palantir to turn.
Almost had it.
It's broken down below VWAP, but I feel like it's going to recapture it. It's a very strong name today, so it's just a matter of seconds before this thing takes off again. You know, everything that we're looking at right now, it's definitely looking like it should be not a problem. So let's see what happens. And Apple just made a tremendous run, but I don't feel Apple's going to be there. So I think between both of them, we'll be perfectly fine. Here comes Palantir back. So like I said, let it catch the bid, go above VWAP, and then we'll be perfectly good at this point. So let's see. It's tried to catch the bid. It hit VWAP before, so let's see it hit VWAP and then reclaim it.
So that's what we're waiting for right this second. So we're into it for 300 shares now, and like I said, I got greedy twice. I could have been out of that both times with $100, which was, it is what it is.
To be willing.
I'm expecting this to do a complete turnaround, so that's why I'm waiting right now.
Which way you're going.
We're only down $10.
Does that mean you're always going to be right? No, not even
we'll
close.
be sitting real pretty right now. So
if
that's
you're
what
right
we're
every
hoping
freaking
for.
time,
It's getting close.
You wouldn't have to get
right
a job.
there. You have to
Save
have a
life.
turnaround now.
So
that's where you have to look
that's
at it.
literally
Pennies.
So
Pennies.
sometimes you're going to be right. Sometimes
right
you're
now
gonna be
we're in
wrong.
it for
So
230.54.
That's the beauty of it.
And it's at 36
right now.
So let's see. Let's see if this thing make a charge up.
Want to
there.
make
If
sure
it makes a charge
that
up there, we could be
get
looking at
into
231
something that,
instantaneously.
So
you
that's
feel,
what we're
you have the
hoping for,
conviction that
you
it
need
starts
to
to
be
charge up
to
there,
be into that
makes
stock.
that move up there.
Okay. So
that's
what
what we're
we're trying
for
for right
it's
now.
holding 230. That's what it's
we're
got
at
to do.
break even
If it
basically.
doesn't hold
between
230,
these
we're
two,
going to
give
be
or
big
take.
problems.
I still feel
But
like both of them
right
are
now
going
it's
in the
holding it,
position that they're going
and
into.
hopefully it can catch this bid
if we
right
can get
now.
a little
If it
bit
catches
more
this
out of
bid right
balance here,
now,
I'll be happy. If
we'll
not,
be
you know
fine.
what, we'll
Absolutely
catch out
fine.
and call it a day.
So, there it goes.
That's about all we'll do. Oh, there we go. There we go.
It's touching it.
Balance here just
Come on, you got to get
spiked
above
up
there again.
really quick. Really
Gotta get above
quick.
54.
So it's going to make a, hopefully it makes
So a
another
couple
move up there,
30s.
and we turn this into a
Wow, it's all
great
over the
trade.
place.
That's what we're trying for.
Come on.
If not, like I said, I'm more than happy to close it out because we're a positive at this point. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, this just shit
It's
that's
trying. It's trying to make that move up. If it doesn't break that level right here, I'm gonna call it a day.
So I'm not gonna lie, that was what we call staying your welcome, overstaying your welcome in a huge way, So now you can see where our stop loss is. We're basically almost hitting our stop loss there at $300,
All right,
10%.
I just took it out.
So
It tried. It didn't do it.
both times
and
we
there's
had
nothing I can do about
$100. We had
All right.
$1 into the money.
I had
and
200 on
we
there,
decided we were
but
going to get
right now
greedy.
It looks like it's
When you
definitely
get
trying to
greedy,
falter.
this is what ends up
So
happening.
what we're going to do is
So,
we're going to actually go.
Listen,
into
I'm not learning my
Apple
lesson here
and start
because I'm
shorting the hell
smart.
out of it.
I'm
Let's
learning
see
my
what
lesson
happens.
because I'm actually stupid.
Let's see if we can get some more
And,
money
I made
back.
a mistake, point blank. Our consensus
That's
was that
what
the
we're
market
hoping
was
for.
going to take a shit today, and it is. So we're hoping that this thing turns
So
around.
we're into it for
We're out
200
of this
shares.
roughly by
Let's
$1.
see if we
It's
can
not,
get some
it's
of our
not the
money
end of
back.
the world. This thing can take it,
dies down.
shoot up
And like I
instantaneously.
said, worst case scenario,
So that's what we're
you know
hoping
what?
for right now.
We made one
that this
times
thing
our,
starts to make its
money.
green move up there, catches
wow,
the
good
bid.
thing I got it
If it
out.
catches
You know what?
its bid,
Palantir annoyed
we'll be
me,
positive
and I was up
in
200.
absolutely
I
a
should have
second.
taken it out.
And hopefully, if
Yeah,
it catches the
sometimes,
bid,
my conviction
like I
was
said,
that it was
we
going to
can get out of this right away,
didn't.
and then call it a
So,
day,
right now,
and then be done
we're-
trading. That's
or-
what we want to do.
or point here
we
is
made a
that
mistake.
sometimes
Absolutely
you
made a
have to
mistake.
take the money
So
when you have it.
right
And that was
now
my own
it's not
stupidity.
catching the
No two
freaking
ways
bid right
around it.
now.
So
Oh man, what
we're
an
hoping
idiot.
for Apple to
Absolute
die down.
fucking
It,
idiot.
it made a tremendous run up here, so let's see what happens.
And anybody says that you
I'm
have to stay
more than
cool
happy
with your
to sit on
trading.
this
Yeah,
for a
I
little
get
while.
it. I get it. But
we're down
this is
about
just
$20
sell
for
after
the day,
sell after
which
sell.
if it
Nothing's
turns out to
going
be
in
like
for
that,
a buy right
then
now.
that's my
what
mistake.
you did.
That's my mistake. We had the $70, we had $100, and let's finish this out strong. We can get back to where we were.
We got time.
But that's the thing about it is we were trying to capitalize on something and make it that we were gonna see a potential of $200 on this, and we had it, and I just didn't feel. I felt like it was more, but it happens. There's nothing you could do about it. But right now, it does seem like
when you look at the
Apple
consensus,
could be breaking down.
You
Hopefully,
have to say, where is the market heading in
if
your
it breaks
opinion?
down. And right now
today,
we're at 274.75.
feeling it was a
We're
down.
about a quarter
Like I
of
said,
a way.
I'm not
there,
gonna,
a quarter
sugarcoat it.
from our
We had the
target
$100
price
twice.
So we're right there.
Okay? We
as
traded
long as it can
very
start to
poorly
really
today.
break 275
with
we'll be
Palantir,
fine.
I lost $100.
If it breaks
'cause I wasn't doing
275,
shares.
we'll be perfectly fine.
I
So
basically
that's
went
what we're
long
hoping
on
for,
something
that
I was
it
supposed to go
starts to
short. I made a
really
mistake. On
accelerate to the
AMD,
downside.
twice I could have gotten
So
out there with.
there's a lot of
$100
buying
profit.
going in. I'm actually shocked
closed
by
it
it,
out,
but
bought
there's
it,
a lot of
closed it
buying
out,
going
bought
into
it.
So,
but instead,
hopefully
I
this
wanted
can
more.
definitely accelerate to the downside a little
and
bit.
that's the problem. Is when
There's
you
a
want
lot of
more,
buying
this
going
is what
into it.
ends
So
up
we'll see
happening.
what happens.
So now I'm sitting
It's
here
high as 43.
trying
So
to save my
let's
ass
see what
on something
happens.
that's
You know,
probably
at this
gonna
point,
fucking stop me
we're
out.
gonna have to do a little
So,
recovery
you know
mode
what?
here.
This
If
is
we lost for the
fucking
day,
bullshit,
which is
okay?
totally fine with me. You know,
I mean,
we're not
you
seeing a
can't look at
tremendous
it any
loss
other
today.
way except for
If we
that
do
this
lose,
is fucking bullshit.
okay, if we win, it's not going to be a great day, but we'll see what happens. You know, we're only a few pennies away right now.
Fuck
If
me,
this can break down to the
stupid
50s, we'll have it. We'll
stupid
made up the loss
motherfucker,
for
man, seriously.
Palantir, which is only about $10. So that's what we're hoping for right now. It broke down to 275. We need to see this really start to steam down to the downside. It's not doing it right this second, so let's see what happens. You know, I think it's going to run out of steam in a second. So, but you never know. You know what my belief is and what your belief is. You know, it's a belief. So that's why you have money management, and that's why you make sure that you don't get greedy. And that's what happened with us on Palantir. We got greedy. We saw $200 and we're like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And that was the problem. So right now, we're hoping that this breaks down another candle. We're right there. If it breaks down another candle, it's going to be it'll put us in the money, and we'll make back our $10. You know, that we lost out on Palantir, which is all I'm looking to do at this point. So hopefully, like I said, it doesn't catch a bid here, and it gets to sell off a little bit. You know, and that's what we're hoping for. That we get to see some selling going down, and we can walk out of here with a small profit. You know, we're not looking to make a ton off this right now. We're just looking to basically save our day. And if that happens, great. If it doesn't happen, you know, listen, this is the game that we play. You know, our goal is 2% a day. We're still ahead of the game at this point. We were at 2%, that's my fault, no doubt about it. We were at 2%. So here, you know, we're right there. I still think this is breaking down, and it looks like it's breaking down. It keeps hitting the 80s. So let's see if it can break below the 80s right now. It's at 93. So if it could start to steam down to the downside, we'll be out of this in 5 seconds then. You know, so that's where we're at. Because once it breaks past the 80s into the 70s and stuff, then we're gold. We're absolutely gold, you know? So that's what we're trying to do. And right now, we are as close to possibly seeing this thing break down. So, I mean, there was a huge bounce there. Oh my God, man, seriously. You want to talk about someone really just screwing me there, you know? I mean, there was a 20-cent rip up. So, you know, there was a huge order there, and that really took us to the upside for a second. But let's see what happens. We're right there. We're right there. You know, looking at a potential break even at this point, and there we go. It's starting to break down. It's into the 60s. So there we go. We've got our breakdown into the 50s. So hopefully, like I said, we make a few more dollars, and then we are out of this, no doubt about it. There we go, to the 30s, the 40s. Come on, keep going. Come on. There we go. There we go. So we made back the money that we lost on Palantir, and at this point, we're going to probably close this out in a second. Let's see what happens. We're up above where we were, so that's all that matters at this point. Let's see. All right, this is turning into a decent trade. Let's see if it gets back to the 30s. It's trying. All right. It's trying. All right, we're out. Slow we're out. We made an extra $20, give or take. So we made an extra $22. We lost out on Palantir. Had we held on to Palantir, we would have made that money back, but it happens. Big Bear AI actually shot up to 635, so that was a good one. Apple's continuing to drop, but we made our money, and now we just learned our lesson. So that's why you don't get greedy, okay? But did we make our 2%? Yeah. We were at about $120, $128 now. So that's what we're going to put into our chart. And that puts us at about 3.6%, roughly. So we added another $28. Was it worth it for the extra 15 minutes of nonsense? Yeah, it was. And Apple's continuing to drop. It's in the 20s now. But you don't know what's going to happen, okay? And that's why you have to let it go. And when you play small and you play for 2%, this is the beauty of it, is you can ride out the ups and the downs, okay? So anyway, that's where we're at. To give you an idea, we finished up at 128. Our target profit was $70, or well, actually it was $63, and we almost made we doubled that up to almost 4% today. Our true target profit was about $70. Okay, so it was a profitable day. Can't say anything bad about that. Profit is always good, no matter how you slice it. Okay, so again, it's 25x trading. If you want to learn more, feel free to go to our website. Thanks a lot.